and welcome to today's broadcast. We are joining you live on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously, so welcome from wherever you are joining us from. We will also post this as a rebroadcast as well in case you can't join us live. Today we're going to be talking about coming together as a community and some things that we are doing in our own household, in our own life, and what we're going to be doing to support this community through some crazy times that we have going on right now. And I know everyone is being affected in different ways, so we are going to mostly just share what we're going through and the things that we have going on in our life in hopes that it might help you as well. And then we're going to share what we have going on in our community also. So if you're new, welcome. Please take a second, if you don't mind, hitting that subscribe button. That way you will be informed when we go live or post new information, and the same thing on Facebook. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and making sure that you are subscribed to our network there, that would be awesome as well. My name is Diane. I am the creator of the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Women online course and community, and this is my husband,
Michael.
We come together mostly on Fridays to share some stuff that we have going in our For Today's Aging community, and we thought this would be a very appropriate time for us to share what it is that we have going on in our life and some things that we are going through and some ways that we're handling some things and how it is that we are going to continue to show up for our community here as well. So Michael, do you want to get started?
Sure, I can get started. You know, it's definitely a trying time, to say the least. And we just have to figure out, like what we're going to be talking about today is how we come together as a community. And I think this is touching us all in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I mean, like we're all being touched by it emotionally, economically, you know, mentally. I mean, it can be kind of exhausting, you know, so if it's not touching you in some way, I mean, if you're human, this is touching you in some way, and you know, and it can really wear on you. So we've just been trying to practice some things around here to try to keep our minds right, and you know, we're still getting our workouts in and still getting our fast in. But you know, as far as when it comes to a community, like today we went up, we did our Peloton workouts, and that was a nice feeling just to kind of be able to be in contact with people digitally. I mean, so it's kind of what we already fall into anyway. So, but it was still a relief to see the ride I went on with Robin this morning. It was a ride from yesterday, 12,000 people on a ride. Okay, and now today, the total number of people who have been on that ride is 38,000 people. And there's all kinds of high-fiving going on. And my live ride that I did was 12,000 people, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, 1,200 people that were on the ride at that time. So my point is, I mean, it was just nice to be able to interact with such a large group of people at a time when we're doing some social distancing.
Yeah, and we've been social distancing pretty much since day one, right? Like we just decided for our family that we were just going to put ourselves sort of in our own self-quarantine type of situation as soon as we got our people home. So as soon as Logan's school shut down, Gabby was already on spring break, and we moved Logan back in, we decided that we were going to just keep our family at home. We ceased all play dates and interactions with other people and kids and those kind of things. So we've been doing this for a pretty long time now. What, about a week and a half, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and only doing essential things when we leave the house, like hitting up a grocery store or something. But what we really wanted to come on today to talk to you guys about is how important it is to have community, and what we should really be prioritizing right now, and how it is that we can come together and support other people in ways maybe we haven't really thought about. So I know for our community here, you know, everything's going to go as scheduled. So, you know, we still have our Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course that's going to be offered in April. We still have our Midlife Mindset Shift course that's going to be offered in April. Those are all really great opportunities to do proactive things for yourself in a time where a lot of people feel the stress emotionally and mentally and the burden of some things that are going on. And what we do is we tend to retreat into old behaviors. And I really encourage you to, if any way possible, not do that to yourself. We really do need to be proactive about taking care of ourselves, and mostly mentally and emotionally right now. So make sure that you are checking in with yourself. Make sure you're reaching out to people for help. Make sure that you are checking in with yourself mentally and emotionally. there are a lot of things that we can proactively do in a time when we feel like there's nothing we can do. And so you want to make sure that you're practicing that. I will always, and so will Michael, we will always come to you as transparent as we can with our own life, and as honest as we can with things that we're going on in our own life. I'm scared myself, but I know that being scared and doing nothing, or being scared and going backwards, doesn't serve me. So I know that when my personality, when I find myself in these types of situations, the most important thing that I can do for myself is jump in and be involved and do things proactively. So that's what we do. We are doing everything that we can, that we know we have control over, and we're not letting ourselves become victims of things that we are not in control of. And so we are eating healthy. We are exercising every day. Yesterday, I talked about on my Instagram and Facebook about how I had a really hard time yesterday, even controlling my own heart rate. And it was just because I feel all angst up inside. And that's a real thing. Even if you are practicing good behaviors, and even if you are practicing, really good self-care things, you have to keep checking in with yourself, and let go of things that are ego-based right now. Now's not a time to be stressed out about that last 5 pounds. Now's not the time to be worried about if you're not running as fast as you used to be, or doing things that you used to be doing. You can only do what you can do. And you have to make sure that you're checking in with your own personal mental and emotional health as well, and just keep things moving in a forward direction. So for me, I'm letting go of a lot of my things that I was kind of pushing toward that were really ego-based for me personally, and I'm just getting a workout in. I'm just sweating every day. I'm just getting my brain back into a center of positivity, and that's okay too. Now's not the time to feel the pressure to do more than you were doing before. It's okay if you sleep more. It's okay if you're, not setting your alarm clock. It's okay if you're doing some things to just settle into this new life that maybe you had, that you weren't planning on having, and giving yourself some grace as well. Doing those kind of things is so much better than over expectations, I guess, or over what do I want to say? Committing to things that may not really be serving you. So it's okay right now to do that self-evaluation and that self-check, and just do what you can do, and just make sure you're not putting yourself into a place where you're going to become feeling victim, or like a victim, or like you're going to just sit in that feeling of helplessness, right?
And when you say too that, like, it's pretty natural, like right now, I know for me lately, I feel like I want to like snack more than what I usually snack.
Yes.
I think it's just natural. It's just normal. We have a lot
Nervousness
more.
and
We have a lot more nervous energy. There's a lot more downtime. The kids are home, and we've been playing board games, that's been a kick.
Also, we've been playing Sorry every night, and it's been so fun. And we, as a family, have just not made time for that lately, right? So it's been cool to sit around a table. But we've had popcorn as a snack at night with our kids, and you have to give yourself some grace around those things too. And this is where I always have said in this community, you have to ebb and flow, right? You have to go with the times, but you also have to make sure that you're not falling victim to things that are going to make you feel worse when you have control over those things. So yes, some family time is going to be fantastic, and maybe you lean into a little bit of what your family does at night during family game night or whatever, but you also have the choice to make sure that you are getting those fasts in if those are serving you well also. We are the community here that gathers that is at the highest risk for becoming sick, and we're not health professionals as far as that goes, so we can't offer any kind of advice there, other than we know what works for us, and we want to share that with you. A positive mental and emotional outlook on this right now is going to be the thing that's going to serve you the best, and that is what we're going to show up to share with you and really encourage you guys to do, because now more than ever we have to make sure that we are checking in with that aspect of ourselves, and really making sure that the choices that we're making are going to allow us to wake up tomorrow morning with the energy and the enthusiasm and the healthy outlook that we need to have right now, because not only do we have to take care of ourselves for us, but we have to take care of ourselves for others as well. And we can't show up to help our kids or our grandkids or other people that might need us in this time if we can't do that for ourselves first. And so it's not selfish to take care of yourself first so that you can be there to support others as well.
And as a larger community, meaning the United States of America, we need to lock ourselves down right now, and we need to get past this. I think the sooner we all can get on board and understand that how important this is, and that this is something that's real. You know, there's a lot of people that still don't believe that this is real. This is all blown up. Like, I don't know how you can think that at this time, but you know, we need to get to a point we can get past this. We can get past this. We will get past this, but we can't. It's going to take longer if we don't just hunker down and just lock down, and let's figure out the people that need the help the most, and let's get them the help, and let's watch this. The curves going up like this for people that are being infected. We need it to start looking like this and going down, and we can get back to normal.
Right. Okay, so let's share with you guys what we are doing here. So of course, like I said, our intermittent fasting for today's Asian woman course is still on schedule to start in April. So if you've registered, don't worry, you're just going to get more of me. I'm going to be upping my commitment to my online course community, and we are going to be doing more live interactive type of things so that I can help you through this emotionally and mentally. I think that is where I can serve my people the best, is how am I practicing this so that I can come out of this mentally and emotionally okay, because we can always lose weight. We can always lose weight. But if we're a hot mess, and this is the message that I've always said, if we're a hot mess mentally and emotionally, no one's going to care what you look like. So I am going to serve you the best that I can emotionally and mentally. So I'm shifting gears and going to become more of a life coach at this point with everyone here in this community than I ever am going to be about a weight loss coach. And I've really tried to strive for that anyways. Now I'm going to really do it very obviously. So I'm going to help you guys through that. Our midlife mindset shift course is the same thing. I'm going to show up for you guys live. I'm going to help you get through this. We're going to create plans. Michael and I have been through tougher times than this. And we've survived. And so I'm going to share some of the experiences that we went through back in the early 2000s, 2008 to 2012, where we survived the same type of financial situation, and we came out of it okay because of some practices that we put in place and some things that we did to take care of ourselves. So I'm going to be sharing some of those things with you guys too, because I know a lot of people are suffering financially or might be down the road. We are already feeling it here in our own household. Michael's in the airline industry. He works for a major airline. We don't know what's going to happen with him and his career. He's also in the real estate industry. We had closed down his business in 2020 because he was going to come on board to help me with my business. Now we have to shift back to that because we don't know what's going to happen in the online space. I don't know if people are going to be interested in intermittent fasting courses coming up. So we're doing some things to protect our family as well, just in case. We also mentioned on Wednesday, I believe, that we are going to do our part to give back as well. So for everyone who joins one of our online courses, whether it's the F3 course, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Asian Woman course, or the Midlife Mindset Set Shift course, we are donating $30 to Meals on Wheels. It's an organization that's near and dear to my heart. My grandmother was very active in that community serving, and she was also a recipient of that service as well as she got older. So we are going to give back to that. What else do we have going on? I'm going to be doing a reset on starting next week, and I want to invite anybody who wants to do that as well. Like I said, I'm very good when I'm proactively doing things to take care of myself, and so I'm starting what's called the Ultimate Reset next week. It's a 21-day program where you use supplements and a really easy nutritional plan to just cleanse out your body, and I'm doing it for cholesterol reasons. I shared a couple weeks ago that I have high cholesterol. I just do. And so I'm going to do some things proactively while I have nothing better to do, lower my cholesterol. So if you want to jump on board and do that alongside me, just message me. I put the links in the description box below as well. It is something that you have to purchase. So if you have the means right now to do something like that and you want to jump on board with me, I will be doing it. I will be helping you go through it as well. I've done it before. So I'm seeking out very specific proactive things to do because I know that that's how my personality works the best. And so I'm here to coach you through that as well if that's something you'd want to do.
There's something I was going to mention. You just talked about finances, shifting. Everybody's finances are going to shift. A lot of people's finances are going to shift right now. I mean, there's restaurants closing down. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on in our economy right now. Uh, I've, like Diane said before, we've experienced this kind of stuff before, and what I can tell you, especially dealing with people on the job or in business or whatever, you see people run to take their money out of their 401k and they want to put it into cash, and I think that's a mistake right now.
No, we're not financial advisors.
I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just telling you, I've seen people do that because if you keep this in mind, like the shares that you have in your 401k, they're much lower now, but when things come back, all these major losses you see going on right now, you're going to see all those major gains come back, and it's going to happen. It's just a cyclical thing. It always happens. So stand tight, and I know it's scary when you look at your retirement income, like kind of doing this number, but it always comes back.
Yeah.
And we're on the other side of this. You're going to see an economy that's just going to be amazing, but we have to get there. We'll get there together, but we got to all hang tight and take care of this and nip it in the bud so we can come out okay on the other side.
Yeah, and the other thing, in regards to personal situations that are going on, it's not your fault if you end up suffering some difficult financial times. We always do our best, right? We always do our best to plan for the worst case scenario. We always make sure we have, or we hope that we are in a situation where we can have some emergency funds available. This is not the time to be self-critical. This is not the time to feel like you failed your family in any way because maybe you weren't prepared for something like this. We all have been doing our best. So always make sure that you keep that in the forefront of your mind as well. Michael and I are in the same position. We've done our best. We've put some money aside. We're not millionaires. We don't have excess amounts of money to live off of. So we are going to be doing some adjusting in our life as well. And you got to make sure that you're taking advantage of any resources that do become available to you. This is not a time to be shameful. This is not a time to feel guilty. This is a time to utilize resources that you have available. Make really smart decisions about what it is that's going on with your family. Take advantage of new programs that are becoming available. I think it was just announced today that you can postpone your income taxes till July 15th if you don't, if you owe money. If you are getting money back, it might be smart to get those taxes done as quick as possible. If there's an opportunity, if you're paying, interest rates on student loans, find out what you can do to put an end to that. Right now, they're waiving all of that. Take advantage of things that are available to you. There is no shame in that. This is not a time to be proud or prideful of certain things. We want to get through this as unscathed as possible because we want to be able to help others on the other side of this as well. And if there's anything that I can say from before, when Michael and I were both in the real estate industry back in 2008, it was a really scary time for us, and it was an opportunity for us to really step up and do whatever it took to get our family out of that situation. It was a really long 4 years for us, but we did whatever we had to do to get through it, and we came out of it okay. And we're sitting here today in different career fields, and we're sitting here today, in a new state because of the choices that we made to save our family. And so sometimes you have to just put those things down on pencil and paper. And if you're suffering financially or you're feeling like you don't know what to do, now's the time to be very pragmatic about things. Put some things down on paper, talk to your family about some things and some areas that maybe you can pull back, maybe areas you need to lean in, and be really, really intelligent about what you're doing, and try not to make too many decisions based on emotion or fear, and really, really think it through. Now's a really good time to come together as a family and talk some things out and decide how you can come together as well. We're going to be changing our entire household over these next couple of weeks. Our kids are doing school from home. They're nervous about it. We're going to have a Zoom practice call this afternoon with our kids because they don't work on Zoom. They work on classrooms. And so we're going to do a test run and make sure everyone can log in and they know how to start their volume and they know how to start their video. And we're going to try to ease their nervousness to make sure that they're ready to show up for school next week in a different environment as well. So check in with your people. Do smart things. Do things that you have thought through very systematically, and then do cut corners where you can cut corners, help people where you can help people. This is another time where we have to come together as a community to serve others. I will keep sharing information here on YouTube, on Facebook, on my Instagram, via my email, the best that I can to help people that need help. But I can only help so many people, and I have to serve my community as well. So if you're in one of my courses, you're locked and loaded. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I will be here to help you any possible way that I can.
And when it comes to communities, I mean, our communities are available, and we have free communities. We have 2 Facebook communities, a public and a private community, and they're 15,000 people apiece. I mean, they're open, so you can go into the private group, and of course we have to accept you into that private group. But we have a public group. Like I said, they're both 15,000 apiece groups, and there's all kinds of activity going on. So there's people that you can talk to. You can be in a community. The YouTube community as well. I mean, that's active.
And some other things you can do for people if you're feeling like you don't know what to do to help people. And I think I touched on this a little bit on Wednesday. If you are a person who consumes content on social media and you've been helped by someone, this is not just my community. I'm talking across the board. If you tune into other YouTube channels or you watch people on Instagram, now's a time to pay those people back if they have been providing you content, or they've been a mentor to you, or you've just been entertained by them. Give them a review. Go to someone's Facebook page. Give them a review about what your experience has been like working with them. Send someone a video testimonial of what their advice or information or mentoring has done for you. Because now's a time that you can pay back people and it doesn't cost you a thing, and those people will, trust me, they will appreciate it. So leave a review for someone. Send someone in a video testimonial talking about how they've helped you. Leave an email testimonial. Go like someone's page. I talked about it on Wednesday. Go comment on someone's feed. There's nothing worse than being in a social type of business like this and putting content up and hearing nothing from anyone. It's a very, very lonely feeling. So create community by interacting with people that you have depended on in good times. Help them through their bad times as well. Pages, subscribe to pages, all those things will help your people that are still serving you in this kind of time too. And trust me, everyone's taking a hit. And so anything that you can do to help support someone's business, even online, will help them in the future as well. The same thing, like we're going to give back to Meals on Wheels. If there's an organization that you love and that you trust, give a donation to them. Buy someone a gift card. There's a lot of restaurants around our community that are doing delivery service. If you need food and maybe you can't go to the grocery store, go to someone who's offering those type of services and get some take-home meals. I've talked here too a lot, and I'm very open about what I do with my break fast shake. I'm using that as a tool for me every single day to not only curb that snacky sweet thing that I do have when I'm stressed out. I make my shake every day. It's a nice chocolate shake, and I drink it, and it fills me up with good feelings, and it sends the message to my brain that I'm doing good for myself, and it's one complete meal a day, and it's in my cupboard. I know I have food. Do things that are going to make you feel safe. Do things that are going to make sense for your family. So we have those kind of things in our home as well. So like I said, use this as an opportunity to just put a pen to paper, do a pros and cons list, create a value system for your family, create boundaries, create rules, make sure everyone's working cohesively so that your space doesn't seem small. Yesterday, I went around my house and I cleaned it from top to bottom. I emptied trash cans, I washed rugs, I wiped down countertops, I cleaned bathrooms just to feel like I was doing something proactive and something positive for my family. So those kind of things really do matter. Vacuum the house, mop the floor, do something to keep yourself busy, do something that's going to make you feel good, do something to serve your family, and I promise you it will lift your spirits and it will make you feel like you're in control of something that maybe you don't feel like you're in control of. And if you're going to be home, make your home space as happy and as healthy as you can. And there's nothing wrong with cleaning your house. There's nothing wrong with mopping your floor. I'm definitely not above it. I am going to be doing that to make sure that my family just feels good in our space.
Yeah,
Right?
and as a community, like I said, we'll get to the other side of this, but we got to stick together and know what we need to do is right for our community. I mean, like, all of us have parents and grandparents, and now they're saying it's you know, this can affect people as young as 20 years old. You know, they're 20 to 54 years old is the highest group that's being hospitalized. You know, and that's something that you didn't really hear before. Like, you thought, well, it's just older people. No, it's everybody's affected.
Yeah.
You know, so we got to stay on the same page. We will get through this.
Yeah, and you know, we have, Michael and I talked about it this morning. He's going to have to go back to, you know, we've been on spring break. He's going to have to go back to work on Sunday at the airline, and he's going to be around people. And we felt safe because no one's left our house, no one's come into our house. And now that's going to change a little bit for us. So we've already talked about what we're going to do. Michael's going to come home. He parks in the garage. He's going to come through the garage. He's going to take his uniform off. He's going to go in the shower, and we're going to, you know, sterilize his uniform in the washing machine. Is that a little overkill? I don't know, but it's going to make us feel better about the fact that he has to go to work. He's going to feel better about the fact that he has to leave our house and then come back in. And those are just those kind of things that if it makes you feel safer, if it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel like you're doing something proactive to protect yourself, don't worry about what anybody else thinks about it. You have to really only care about your people right now, and you have to do the things that are going to make you lay your head on the pillow at night and be able to get a good night's sleep, because that's going to matter too. So don't be ashamed of taking those extra precautions, and don't be ashamed of what you have to do to protect your family, right?
Yep.
Okay, so if you have any questions for us, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. We'll answer them. I am making a very, not that it's anybody that's here, so I know my people who show up on a regular basis, but I'm only going to serve people who want to be helped, and I'm only going to spend time with people who are willing to do something proactive for themselves. I can't help someone who's helpless. And so you have to be willing to do the work to create a good life for yourself. You have to be willing to do the work to create a healthy lifestyle for yourself. You have to be willing to see some of the things and the behaviors that you have been doing aren't serving you well. If you ask me for advice, I'm going to be dead honest with you with what it's going to take to get you to the other side of what you're not happy with. If you don't want the honest truth, if you don't want me to tell you what I think that you need to do, if you ask me for my opinion, please go ask someone else. I have very limited time, I have very limited resources, and I have to protect my own mental health as well. I will always shoot straight with you. I will always give you the best advice I can give you, but I will not let someone take my valuable time, and I will not let someone take my valuable headspace away if you're not willing to do the work for yourself. So if you don't want the answer, don't ask the question, and I'm going to ask you to do that with everyone that you are associating with. These are very, very precious times that we're living in. Don't waste someone's time if you're not willing to do the work. I will always be here for you. I will always answer your questions, but I will never ever allow you to waste my time, and I will never ever allow you to waste my family's time or use my mental resources as well, or my emotional resources. So I'm here for you. I will get you through this, but you have to be willing to meet me on the other side as well. Okay, so YouTube, Tiffany Halliday, Girlfriend, it's always a pleasure to see you. I hope you're doing well. Danny, you guys, please stay safe and healthy. It's great to see you both. Thank you, Danny, so much. We are doing everything that we can for sure. Here's another thing I want to say too. There's a lot of things that aren't in our control, even if we feel like we're doing all the right things. If you end up getting sick, don't blame yourself. Just do what you need to do to get yourself well. This is not a time for that sort of thing to happen in our space. My son and I were both like, we think we kind of had a little something a few weeks ago. I was on the treadmill. I couldn't catch my breath. I was feeling fatigued for a couple of days. I felt really, really sick. And then I just got a good night's sleep. I rested for a couple days. I ate really well. I feel fine. So you have to make sure that you are paying attention to all of those things, and you have to pull yourself back into a place to give yourself some grace, and then make sure you just self-quarantine, get yourself through it. And then if you feel like it's something that you can't fix yourself, you have to go seek some help for sure. Brenda from North Carolina, good to see you, girlfriend. Thank you guys for still being here. It means a lot in helping to reduce the stress. I'll be here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If I have to kick it up more, we'll kick it up more. We were actually thinking about changing our broadcast time because we know the internet is really strange right now with so many people working from home and so many kids having to be online for school. If we end up changing our broadcast times, we'll always let you guys know, but we were thinking about maybe making it a little bit later in the evening as well. But we keep you guys posted on that. Susie, 2019 grad, was doing really well until a month ago. Due to the corona scare, I'm home eating with the kids, eating everything with the kids. Sweets is my drug of choice. You have to find a more suitable replacement for that. It's going to just make you feel worse. So if you have a sweet craving, you have to find something to do to occupy that time and change your mindset. I call that a trigger. Stress is a huge trigger, and that's why I have my break fast shake, because if I'm feeling like I want to have or go down that road, I find a more suitable substitute for something that's going to not make me feel good. So find a more suitable substitute. Make yourself a cup of tea. Go find something to do. Sweep the floor, take out the trash, go for a walk, listen to a podcast, or find something else to soothe that feeling that's not going to make you feel bad. Remember, not all sweets are going to be bad, but if you're feeling like it's making you feel bad, you have to find something else to satisfy that trigger for you. Danny, Susie, I know your struggle. We all regain our healthy lifestyle once again. Yes, but you don't want to end this having to make up for lost time. So don't put yourself in that position where you're going to go so far back. Tiffany, work just called, got scheduled, so I'm jumping. But again, thank you. Good to see you all, and hope you all find time together uplifting. Yeah, thanks, Tiffany. We'll catch you guys later. Dinah, emotionally drained. I am committed to eating well and continue to get at least 30-minute walk. Thanks for the encouragement. Yeah, you're welcome. And it is exhausting. Emotional exhaustion is a real thing, and you will feel it physically. So that's why if you have a heart rate monitor, wear it now when you're exercising. You may not be able to work out as hard as you could 3 weeks ago. It's just because you're emotionally exhausted, and that's a drain physically. I'm wearing my heart rate monitor. I'm not running 8:30 paces or 9-minute paces. I'm running 12 and 11-minute paces because I just want to change my body chemistry. I just want to get a sweat, and it's really hard for me to control my heart rate right now. So check in with that. Let ego go aside and do common sense things for sure, because stress is stress, and it wears on us in a lot of areas. Hope, yes, this is the time in the world is pretty stressful. I try to be as normal as I can, but things are eerie now. It's not easy. It is not easy for sure, and thank you for recognizing that. You can do the best that you can though, so just remember that as well. Kelly, I have helping with keeping anxiety and worry down, FaceTiming with other staff I work with and family. That community is so important, and it makes all the difference. Yeah, for sure. Make sure you're doing all of that. Zoom calls with a group of people, FaceTiming with people, all that stuff is very, very important. Tina, even though I'm good with stocked food, I decided fast a little longer, not just for health, but also to not eat all I have. Yeah, that's great. We're eating perishable things first, and then we're gonna kind of, reevaluate in the next week or so. We just ordered a huge, our monthly supplier. We do it every 8 weeks, so every other month, of Butcher Box. I'm not a big meat eater, but I'm gonna put a little extra meat in our freezer. That's really good quality meat as well. So we put links in here too if you're ever interested in doing something through Butcher Box. It's a home delivery, comes to your front door. We also order our dog food online. That's another one of those things we just don't want to leave the house for. So if you have any questions about some of the places that we go to get some stuff online, just email me and I'll get you guys some contact information as well. But Butcher Box is another one of those great places you can get stuff delivered right to your front door. Kelly, I have helping anxiety and worry down. Okay, already did that one. Tina, even though did that one. Anne Marie, can't get my email to you regarding getting into my original course. Sent it twice already. Anne Marie, are you sending it to dianeparhamfitness@gmail.com would be the best email for that. Valerie, still leaning into 20-hour clean fast. It's working and keeping my routine the same. Thank you so much, Diane and Michael. Yeah, Valerie, you're welcome. Kristen, thank you for the daily challenges and most importantly, asking us to be more positive. Yes, for sure. You're very welcome. And sorry to talk about unrelated topic. No, that's okay, Anne-Marie. It's important for you to get back into your course. So email me again, dianeparhamfitness@gmail.com. Here's another thing about email. Email is getting inundated right now. If you guys, if you've opened up your inbox, everything is like everybody's company that you've ever had sent an email to is sending you coronavirus updates and stuff and what their company is doing. So if you need something from me, it is easier for you to email me than it is for me to send a blast email out to everyone. So if you're interested in doing something with us, course-wise or whatever, never be embarrassed to reach out to us. We will get to you. When we do a mass emailing, a lot of times those emails end up doing something that's called a bounce. And when a bounce happens is when your inbox is full or internet providers' systems are bogged down. And so you may not get something from us that you were hoping to get. So I've always been an open book. You email me, I will get back to you for sure. If you've emailed me and I haven't got back to you, keep emailing me. Sometimes I just get tons of email like everybody else does, and I might have missed something. So I am giving everyone permission to email me whatever you need from me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you've emailed me and I haven't gotten back to you, email me again. I will get back to you, or DM me on social media. I will get back to you. I run a small business, and it's just me. It was just me and Michael. Now Michael's going to go do some other things to help our family out. And so I will get back to you as soon as I can. I promise you, my goal has always been to be real and be a person and a real face to everyone. So I will be here and I will email you. If you need something from me, don't be shy about getting to me first. Fasting and enjoying to be able to eat at home. Good for you. Girlfriend, that is awesome. Yes, eating at home is a good thing. Diane Kramer, thanks for joining us. Melissa just popped in with us. Tony, husband is a truck driver that comes in on the weekend, so I do feel like a victim and I'm not welcoming him in, not scared how to deal with this. Okay, so maybe you can practice what we're going to be doing with Michael. He comes in through the garage, he strips down at the door, he's going to jump into the shower, we're going to pick up his clothes and we're going to immediately wash them. That's the best that we can do. And then we're also doing the other things about being proactive about our health. Mental health and emotional health can damage your physical health if it's not in a good space. So mental and emotional health is primary right now. It will help you physically stay healthy as well. So put some systems in place and talk it over with your husband and see if there's some things that you guys can do. Otherwise, my children and I have been home for a week and a half. Stay home. I have no choice with him coming here. I told him to find a mask. I really don't know that he is taking this as seriously as I am. Well, you can just do the best that you can do then for sure, and then just put some safeguards in your home for sure. And then Teresa is here. Your social media presence is really helping me to remember to do the things I can to keep myself feeling good. A good workout today and sleeping longer last night gave me much more of a boost of energy and my mental attitude. You're welcome, Teresa. Thank you so much for sharing that as well. Jennifer, thank you. Great message. You're welcome. Debbie, good to have you with us. Butcher Box for sure. We put a link in our thing. And then Tony, make sure you email me and I will give you where we buy our dog food for sure. It comes like Butcher Box does for us.
She likes it.
It's all refrigerated and it comes on our front porch and we just put it in the freezer. So we have plenty of food for our dog as well.
She's finicky. We call her Gucci.
Our
Callie. Gucci dog. It was hard to get her to eat
dry food,
any kind of dry dog food. And we finally found a food that she likes.
Yeah. So okay, so some stuff we talked about a lot. First and foremost, mental and emotional health for sure. Stay on a schedule. I'm going to email out as many resources as I can. My first priority is myself, my health of my people. We're going to take care of our home and that well-being first. And then, of course, I'm always going to show up for you guys. I will be here. I'm not going anywhere. If I have 3 people in my April intermittent fasting course, you are going to get 110% of me. If I have 300 people in my course, you're going to get 110% of me. My commitment is always to serve my community as well. So we will be here for you guys. I'm doing my daily challenge on Instagram and Facebook still. It's going to come at different times of the day because, again, I don't know what's going to be pressing in my daily life, but I will show up for you guys however I can there as well. If you want to do the ultimate reset with me next week, email me. I will be sending emails out to all of my community this weekend as well. If you don't get an email from me, it's not me, it's the email providers. Don't be shy. Ask. I will serve you. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Awesome. Graduated last December. Can I get follow-up support? Yeah, Patricia, just email me on that one and I will do whatever I can with that as well. Okay, so we're going to bust out of here. We're going to go do some practice Zoom calls with our family to make sure that our kids are really comfortable with logging into their coursework and their professors next week. They're going to be home and doing online work. I'm just grateful that they're teenagers and I don't have to technically homeschool them. They're going to be pretty independent workers. But there's lots of resources for that as well. If you find that you're someone that's home and you're having to homeschool, reach out to resources. There's lots of online communities, lots of resources that you can get some help with that as well. And now's not a time to be really stressed out about a whole
You guys
lot.
hang in there. I mean,
Yeah.
do your prayer, your meditation, your deep breathing. I mean, do anything you can to keep yourself calm. I mean, it's so easy to get anxious, and I mean, people can even get depressed. I mean, I mean, this is a time like, who's ever been through anything like this? You know, where everything's getting shut down. Las Vegas is shut down. Like what? Like New York is 100% shut down. This is new territory for all of us. So we have to find a way to stay calm. Everybody do what they're telling us to do, and we will get through this. We're gonna get to the other side of this, and it'll be over. But you know, it's just gonna take it's gonna take a little bit of time. So breathe deep, relax,
and we
we'll
will.
get through it.
I will share with you guys, mostly my midlife mindset shift course community, because that's what you guys are there for. That kind of training or coaching or mentorship. What we did in the 2000s when Michael and I both found ourselves suddenly unemployed. And it was a really scary time, but we made it through. And we'll share some of the things that we did and the mindset that we took during that time. It was a 4-year process for us, and we came out okay. And, you know, this is that time again where you can't blame yourself. You know, I thought we were recession proof. I thought, you know, what we had built up here in our life here in Texas was going to survive anything. And we had made shifts that, you know, I was going to be the one who had a business, and that was going to be, Michael was going to retire from his appraisal business. And we've quickly had to shift because we don't know what's going to go on. And that's okay. If you were in my goal setting course in this last month, we're going to go back through that course and reset some goals and reprioritize some things, because some things have shifted in the last 30 days, and those goals that you set 30 days ago might not even be applicable today, and that's okay.
The last week things have shifted.
And we're going to work on that together. So don't think that just because that course is over that you're going to be left. We're going to reinstate that course for everyone, and we're going to go through it, and I'm going to be very, very transparent with you with the things that we did to get our family through very, very tough financial times, and some resources that you can tap into, and some communication that you can open up that maybe you haven't thought that you have the right to do or the opportunity to do, that saved us. And I will share all of that very openly with all of you as well, because if I can serve you in that way as well, then that's all that matters. This is not just about losing 5 pounds. This is not just about reversing the signs of aging. This is about us having this time. We're supposed to be in our midlife preparing for retirement. That may all change. We don't know yet. And what shifts can we make, and what mindset kind of shifts are we going to be able to make midstream that we can really end up creating something that may seem like a complete loss and be okay. And sometimes it's okay to just be okay. And I'm going to help you guys through that. And Michael and I will come together in that community as well. Bring your spouse on board, and we're going to work through this to make sure that that we don't sacrifice our health over situations that are not in our control. And if we can take our past experiences and use it as a tool to help you guys go through something that maybe you've never been through before, we are going to show up for you in that way as well. So we got you covered in all aspects for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
Right? Okay, so we will see you guys around social media. Again, if you need me, reach out. I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. My best is usually 24 hours. If it takes a little longer, I apologize. If you feel like I missed something, do not be afraid to come at me 2 or 3 times. I just might have missed it in an onslaught of of a rush of people reaching out to me. So I'm here for you. Don't be afraid to reach out for sure.
And she has the right email now, right?
Yeah, DianeParhamFitness@gmail.com. That's my email. It's everywhere. If you need contact information from me, just look. It's everywhere. And you can reach out to me in so many different places. And then get on my email list. We are going to do our best to get you guys emails. If for some reason it doesn't go through, check your spam, check your promotions, check your wherever else stuff goes that doesn't end up in your inbox. If you're in my declutter course, today's challenge was to clean out your inbox. One of the biggest things that keeps email from coming to us is a bogged down inbox or spam folder, or maybe you haven't emptied out your trash can in a little while. Now is a really good time to clean all that out, especially with so many people emailing us today. Delete and empty, delete and empty, delete and empty. Clear out that space. So if you need to get email from someone, it will actually hit the right inbox for you and won't get lost somewhere. I had to search some crazy places for an email that I really desperately needed yesterday, and it was in some random place. So I'm doing the same work on my end as well. Clean out your email space, promotions folders, spam folders, unsubscribe from maybe places that are now emailing you and you don't even know why. Get those things unsubscribed so you're not going to get bogged down as well. And then make sure you're going through that declutter course, because these are the kind of those things that'll keep you busy and keep you proactive as well, even if it's just 10 minutes a day.
Yep.
All right, that's enough of us taking up your guys' time. We will see you around. We are here for you. We love you guys. We appreciate you. We are going to get through this together. So keep showing up for yourself. Keep showing up here, and we'll keep showing up for you as well.
Hang in there.
Yep. All right, see you guys.